Hello there, welcome back to Theobodium. Most of the rest of this month is just going to be Dead Space content, but I did want to put out this video reviewing this trailer. And if you want to know why the whole Dead Space content thing is happening, then check out my other video that I posted today, because I'm posting 2 videos a day for the rest of this week, as best I can. So anyways, with that said, I want to review this trailer. So I already watched it once. This is not my first reaction. I already watched this trailer once, but I had some things that I wanted to say about it, and I figured I might as well record it so that I could say them out loud. And first of all, I want to say that I think it was a good choice to go with Cortana's voice actor to voice this trailer. Just my opinion, but...
Protecting humanity. But that is now a distant memory. Humanity is fighting for survival. The banished have risen, defeated our heroes, and taken control of the mysterious Zeta Halo.
Good recap.
We need a savior.
New players who don't know anything about the Halo universe can get the gist of this game without having to play any of the other games, read any of the books. They can just listen to that intro and be caught up for the important details of what's going on for this game, as it pertains to this game. It's good for new players. It's very good. I like that line. How many guns do you need? But I'm intrigued about this, the weapon, as a reintroduction of a different personality, like, of Cortana. It's Cortana, it's still the voice actor. I can guess it was made by Halsey, but I don't know. Obviously, that's something we'll learn in the story. But it's just interesting to see a completely different take on Cortana.
He won't be alone on the journey. His first mission is to retrieve a new AI, codenamed the Weapon.
It's been 6 months. Where have you been?
Following the events.
And then there's that line, 6 months, so they've known each other.
Is searching for the answer to a troubling question.
I like the switch back to purple for Cortana.
It was created to lock down Cortana, but I don't know why.
So I'm not sure.
What did she do that was so wrong?
I'm not sure if I like or don't like that yet. The new personality of Cortana, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm not saying it's a good thing. I don't know. I just haven't seen enough gameplay of her yet, obviously, and that probably won't be something I decide until the game comes out. When I say that, I mean like the extremely innocent mindset of this new personality of Cortana. And I keep saying a new personality of Cortana. It's not Cortana in any way. It's just voice acted by the same person who voice acts Halsey.
The banished are hunting Master Chief and the remnants of the
Which makes me believe that it was made by Halsey.
We will meet on the battlefield.
Oh yeah.
Army is spread across
Then there's that.
Building fearsome strongholds and
the banished army is hunting down the remnants of the UNSC, meaning the UNSC has failed, the UNSC is gone, humanity is basically extinct, or probably getting pretty close to it, because they know where Earth is. I mean, there's literally a way to travel between the Ark and the Earth, so Earth is probably struggling, if not destroyed.
Master Chief has been a hero, ready to fight.
But what I want to see at some point, I don't think that by any means the game needs to be, like, heavily involving this, but I would at least like to see what happened to the Spirit of Fire. Because Halo Wars 2 is canon, it happened.
What if it's a friend?
I enjoyed the story a lot of Halo Wars 2. And they were the ones who introduced the Banished to the storyline, and they fought the Banished first. So what happened to Jerome, Douglas, and Alice of Red Team? What happened to Captain Cutter? I can hope that we will see them in the game and actually find them, but even if we don't, I want to at least, I would actually be very disappointed if we don't get some story closure via side missions. I'm not saying it should be part of the main campaign, but this game is supposed to have a lot of exploration to it. I would love for one of the areas that you explore to have pieces of information, or the entire story even, about what happened to the Spirit of Fire, or maybe you have to go to different locations and pick up pieces as you go along, but you figure out what happened to the Spirit of Fire. I really want to see that happen, and that just occurred to me while I was watching this trailer. Like, the Spirit of Fire is nowhere to be seen. The ship has obviously been destroyed or has fled, but they don't have a slip space drive, so it's not like they could leave. And the Banished don't have a ship, but they probably could have just obtained a new one. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Banished actual space travel ships return.
If you like that kind of thing.
Oh, I like it.
I mean, it makes sense. The Spirit of Fire was fighting a losing battle with how powerful the Banished are, especially since they're saying that the Banished is hunting down the remnants of the UNSC, meaning they've already won. It's what the UNSC was doing to the Covenant, hunting down Covenant remnants.
Take down the Banished. Piece by piece.
Then
This won't be an easy fight.
the Spirit of Fire was obviously
Master Chief
fighting a
will take
losing
on
battle.
returning favorites. And surprising new threats, like the agile skimmers.
Skimmers, I have no clue what to
Sadistic
think of
Spartan
them.
killer Named Jaga Urdomni.
Say good bye.
Look out, Chief. He looks.
Jaga Urdomni is very interesting to me. I knew he existed, I just didn't know that he was a Spartan killer because of where I work. I had seen toys of him,
Of the truth. You are not.
but I find him very interesting because I think he might be a window into what happened on the Spirit of Fire and what happened to Spartan Red Team. He might have killed them, I'm guessing.
But where there is courage, there is hope.
And I'm also hoping we get some information on what happened to Locke
Halo.
and his team and the rest of Blue Team. Maybe via some dialogue. Did they die? Or are they simply scattered?
Is everyone trying to kill you?
It kind of seems like it.
And it seems like both the new Cortana, based on that final line, I should actually pause this and go back through some parts. But it seems like I keep saying the new Cortana because I don't know what this AI's name is, but this new version of Cortana and the pilot seems like they might make a good combo for comedic relief. We'll see how that dynamic works out in gameplay. Of course, we've gotten to see very little so far. One thing that I wanted to pull up was this scene, because I have to say I absolutely love the art style. So I didn't even notice this shot. Holy crap, that is beautiful. I'm sure it's cutscene though. That's probably not in-game rendering. That looks too good to be in-game rendering, but maybe it is. So we got some wildlife, but there's... I wanna catch that door while it's opening. There we go. So obviously here with this door, we have a return to the classic Forerunner look, and I'm very happy with that, obviously. And we've known that we've been going back to old art styles since the first premiere trailer of Halo Infinite. And we've also already known this from the flights, like the big team battle flights. These doors have already been like that, obviously, but I'm just pointing it out because I haven't really said that before. I'm very happy with Halo Infinite's decision to go back to the old art style almost completely, including the environment itself, like the Forerunner interaction and stuff like that. But what I really wanted to talk about here was this banished, infested look of Forerunner, classic art style. So you have the classic Forerunner art style meshed with the banished having taken over this area, and it looks really cool. The like red color scheme aligned with the classic gray blue Forerunner scheme. I don't know, it's a really cool color scheme. That's just kind of a simple thing to say, but it is. It's a really cool color scheme and a really cool aesthetic, and I like it a lot, and I'm excited to see more of it when the game comes out, because that's going to be really cool.
Biggest campaign to date, Halo Infinite invites players to become Master Chief and discover
And the combat
true
obviously looks fun.
Spartan
I will say I'm a little bit
in the most wide-open
concerned about the fact that, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it took 2 sniper headshots to kill a brute.
His first mission is to retrieve a new AI. Until now.
That brute's moving very fast. I like that. It's intimidating. It gives the brute rage mode a whole new meaning. This is what I was talking about. This 2 headshot kill. I don't know. I don't know if I like that, but it also depends upon like what kind of brute that is. If it's just like, if it were like a chieftain or something like that, then I mean those have always taken like 2 sniper headshots, at least. In Halo Reach, I'm pretty sure they took like 3 sometimes. But I don't know if chieftain's the right word anymore, because this is the banished, and I don't think they have the same ranking system at all.
It isn't.
Now I'm sure Atriox is still maybe alive. Then again, I haven't seen Atriox. Maybe Atriox is not alive anymore, and if he's not, I would love to see why. Did the Spirit of Fire / Red Team go out with a bang and take Atriox with them, and the Banished now has a new leader? That's something I just thought of, because if we don't
Chief.
actually run into
Some kind of
Atriox.
salvage operation.
Of course, I love this kind of stuff. Stuff you can just do around the map.
Permanently.
I'm hoping that all of it is like very unique and that this game is not like incredibly rewards based, and I only say that because some of the gameplay aspects, very few to be honest, is not that big of a concern of mine. But I will, let me see if I can get to something. The scene that kind of reminded me of it, this one. Talking about this new very powerful thing that we have to fight.
Agile skimmers.
Our worst enemy of the game.
Sadistic Spartan killer named
Um,
Jada Erdamni.
Say goodbye.
Look out, Chief. He looks.
Angry.
And something even more
This one.
threatening.
Forerunner's lies are at an end.
I recognize the voice actor. I don't know why I can't remember who that is.
You are not
For one
the
thing.
future.
But she seems
Exploring this
like this is going to be maybe a reoccurring boss fight, and that's fine.
Look out, Chief. He looks.
But I really, really hope that it doesn't turn into like a Destiny-style boss fight.
Forerunner's lies
And that's just my opinion, like where she's like really super, it's just high health bar.
you are
You
not
just have to load her full of bullets constantly, and it take like 30 minutes shooting her to kill her. I don't want that kind of thing.
Spartan 117 to the ultimate test. But where there is
And speaking of Destiny, I will say that I also hope, that's the concern I mentioned a minute ago, I also hope that this doesn't turn into Destiny with the finding stuff out in the wild to do. Like, I hope when you do it, it stays finished, which I think it will. Again, I have very little concern with this, it's just something I wanted to mention. I hope that it doesn't turn into Destiny where you do the same type of objectives over and over again just to get different rewards. I really want to have a unique experience every time I take down a salvage operation or something like that. I'm sure it won't be incredibly different. Like, if there's multiple salvage places around the map, it's probably going to not be incredibly different to take down different salvage different salvage operations in different locations, and I'm sure there's other side events, objectives that you can complete as well along the way. But I'm sure doing them won't be incredibly different
that kind of thing.
from each other, but they will still be like different unique experiences, and you're not just doing it for an award in the sense that it's more of a completionist thing. Like, yeah, you get rewarded for doing it in some ways, definitely, but not RNG rewards like Destiny. I really hope that doesn't enter the game, but I mean, it clearly won't. Again, that's just me speaking my mind a little bit. I know that that's not where this game is going, and if it were, then that would be awful. Like, if you get an actual award, like the thruster pack, for example, picked that up during a salvage operation, that's obviously, like, perfectly fine. You get, well, it's what I'm on, my screen is on right now, actually. You get a upgrade, a specific upgrade while you're doing something, as opposed to, like, an RNG-based upgrade. But my point is that I want each of those experiences to be a little bit different, where you're in a different place each time, you're not going back to the same locations, doing the same thing over and over again. Like, if you defeat a salvage operation, it stays that way. For the rest of your campaign playthrough, in this open world game, it stays completed, it stays cleared. Kind of like how, you know, Skyrim, whenever you would clear, like, certain caves and dungeons, stuff like that, it would just pop up on the map cleared, and it would never refill with enemies. At least, most of them wouldn't. That's how I hope this is going to go, and it seems like it is. Where it's going to be, you do something, you don't have to do it again, you get what you need from it, and you can move on and explore the rest of the arc.
Do you see that? Could be useful. If you like that kind of thing.
It does seem like this campaign might be one of the longest campaigns. Well, one, because it's forced solo, at least right now. But two, because it's open world, and there's going to be a lot of exploration. So much more exploration than there has been in the past, and I'm very happy about that. So, anyways, I wanted to record my thoughts on this video. Let me turn this down. I wanted to record my thoughts on this trailer. I'm very excited. There are some things that I'm not worried about, but things that I'm curious about, I guess, moreover. Like, I don't know if I will or won't like them. I expect to like this guy, assuming they do him well, which I'm hoping that they do. I think I'm going to like him. I can't remember his name right now, but the Spartan killer. Her, I don't know. Again, it's not like it's less of a worry thing as it is like I'm curious to see how that's going to go, and I hope that it turns out well. There's a few things about the campaign that are like that. I'm really curious to see how it's going to go, and I hope that it turns out well. And it looks like it could go either way for me. Again, this is all just my opinion. I don't know how this is all going to go. Overall, most of the things in this trailer I like. I like a lot. Same thing that I mentioned with her personality. This new version of Cortana, no clue how that's going to go. Seems like it's just something that we have to see more of when we play the game. And I'm very excited to see that. The recurring release date, December 8th. I'm glad that they are not faltering on that. And I guess I should look at that as well. So this face right here, one thing I gotta say, good job 343. It looks so much better than it did in the previous one. It's not rendered in-game, which I think maybe is what they were going for before. This is very clearly, I know the whole game won't look like this, and if it does, then I'm wrong, and I apologize. But I'm fairly certain that the entire game does not look like this. This is pre-rendered cutscene. That being said, it looks so much better than the last gameplay trailer they revealed that involved the campaign, because the ending scene involved the same character, a hologram of him, and it looked awful. Like, I'm sure they put plenty of work into it, and it looked good in some ways, but just especially the facial features looked absolutely awful. And it doesn't anymore. This is really good work, so I applaud you on that, 343, for fixing that. And with that said, again, I would like to reiterate what I said earlier about wondering if there's a story hidden in this game that we have to find about Atriox being killed by Red Team and the Spirit of Fire before they went down, because this is not Atriox, as far as I can tell, unless Atriox has completely changed and shaved his head. I don't think that this is Atriox. I think I remember this character from Halo Wars 2. I need to replay Halo Wars 2 just so I can remember who this guy is. But I'm pretty sure that he's like one of Atriox's right-hand men, but not Atriox, if I'm remembering correctly. So my question is, obviously, and it has been since a year ago when the initial gameplay trailer came out, what happened to Atriox? Where is Atriox? And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that he's just suddenly disappeared. I would like to see environmental storytelling and maybe some blogs and stuff like that, and evidence as to what happened to him and what happened to Red Team and the Spirit of Fire. The fact that both of those are missing makes me hope that the Spirit of Fire was, like I said, obviously fighting a losing battle, but maybe they took out the headman on their way out. They took out Atriox and made this fight a little bit easier for Chief, because Atriox isn't there anymore. Not to say that the Banished are not a threat, because they obviously continued to destroy the UNSC after Atriox's death. Again, if that even happened, it might just be not revealing him to us yet because it wants us to think that he's dead. I could be completely wrong. This could be Atriox. He just looks different, and I would feel really dumb if that's the case. But anyways, I'm hoping that we do get to see what happened to the Spirit of Fire and Red Team, and what happened to Atriox, if anything has happened to him, if that isn't him right there. Then I hope we do get to see all of that. But anyways, I'm making this video go on a little bit too long as it is. I had a lot to say. I am very, very excited for this game. I said once in a comment on an Actman video that I wasn't going to buy this game for 6 months. It was obviously not true, but it was like, I'm not going to buy this game for 6 months because there's not going to be co-op in it for 3 to 6 months. And I've always loved loading these games up and playing it with my brother. Day one, as soon as we bought the game, we would play the campaigns together, and it was such a fun experience. I am very sad that that won't be happening this time, but I will still be buying and playing the campaign on day one, obviously. I mean, this game is just gonna be it's too long in the wait for me to not do that. I'm not waiting another 6 months to play the campaign, even if I play it solo. And it's not that I don't enjoy to play these campaigns solo, because, I mean, I just played ODST solo like a few weeks ago. Like, I do play these games solo. It's been like a tradition, I guess, for me to load up the game for the first time and play it with my brother, and him do the same, and play these campaigns. But we obviously can't do that this time because there's no co-op campaign, and that sucks. That's pretty sad to break that tradition, but we'll do it when the co-op campaign comes out. And when I say co-op, I hope that it's not just 2 players. I hope you can have 4 players in the mix, but I would be happy with 2 players regardless. I'm hopeful for 4, but I'm not too worried about it if it's only 2, because at least you can still have a social experience then. And considering the way the game works, props for 343 for fully doubling down and saying that they're going to have co-op in 6 months, because an open world campaign like this is not easy to make a co-op campaign for. So or to make it playable co-op. As far as I understand, that's not an easy thing to do, so props for 343 for doing that. As far as Forge mode goes, I will say it can't get here soon enough. I love Forge mode. I have always loved Forge mode. This game's Forge mode, especially with all the hype surrounding it right now about what it could be with things like programmable AI, it can't get here soon enough. And I am so excited to make some stuff and play what other people have made. So if everything else as far as future content drops were to disappear, you better finish Forge 343. I know it's going to take 3 to 6 months. That's fine, but I need Forge mode from this game because it looks like it has the potential to be incredible. One of the best Forge modes we've ever had. That's my opinion. It looks like it has the potential to be one of or the best Forge mode we've ever had, and you need to make it happen. I understand it makes time. I'm not saying like rush it and bring it out as fast as possible, but sooner or later that needs to come out. Forge mode is, in my mind, unquestionable. I would rather have the Forge mode than co-op campaign if I had to choose between the two, just because of the potential of this game's Forge mode. Unless this game's Forge mode is not as good as we're hoping it will be, in which case I'd rather have the co-op campaign just so I can have the experience of doing that. But I mean, obviously we don't have to choose. They've said that both will come out in 3 to 6 months because 343 is doing a really good job. But I'm just saying that if I had to choose, I would choose Forge over co-op campaign if this Forge mode is actually going to be as good as it seems like it is going to be, because I really want this game's Forge mode. I have always loved Forge mode, and it's going to be so fun to play. So this video's been going on for a little bit too long. I didn't plan to record for this long, but it is what it is. I'm going to enjoy editing this video. Thank you very much for watching. Expect to see nothing but Dead Space content for the next 4 days. Okay, so editing me from the future here. Before I ended this video, I needed to say some stuff to clear it up because I was an absolute mess for some of this. Like, some of the story theories that I came up made no sense. For example, the whole Atriox thing and him being gone. He's probably on the Ark. I've just kind of realized that we're not on the Ark. We are on Zeta Halo. Now, I don't know, because it has been years, or I don't know if it's been years, but it's definitely been at least months since the end of the Halo Wars 2 storyline, so we don't know what's happened to Atriox. We don't know any of that, but presumably he might still be on the Ark fighting the Spirit of Fire, and in fact, I think that there's a significant chance, not a guarantee by any means, it is actually quite likely that the Spirit of Fire is dead and Atriox is somewhere else preoccupied or is also dead, like I said in the video, but also I think that there's a significant chance that that war is still happening on the Ark, with Atriox fighting the Spirit of Fire. Maybe. But again, they have clearly gotten off the Ark. They clearly no longer are trapped there. The Banished, I mean. So clearly things have developed in that war between the Spirit of Fire versus Atriox, and chances are the Spirit of Fire has been destroyed, but Atriox is probably just preoccupied in his Ark headquarters. I assume he would probably keep his headquarters on the Ark, because the Ark is literally a massive piece of Forerunner technology that is incredibly powerful. Then again, maybe Cortana had something to do with this whole situation and why Atriox isn't here. I don't know. I'm just talking some theories that I'm getting from watching this trailer. Second of all, you don't have to worry about any of this content here. This is me talking about general update stuff that I decided was completely not important. I do this with videos all the time. This is just gonna go bye-bye, get deleted. So this is exactly where we just left off, and I'm just gonna go ahead and close out the video. I'm excited to see you come back over the next few days if you're interested to watch some of my Dead Space content, and I'm very, very freaking excited for this game. This game looks awesome. I'm so happy to see it working out the way it is. And with all that said, I will catch you in the next one.